Hey everyone, welcome back to my second devlog. I've been working as hard as I can on this, have been lazy here and there. I did want to continue this series as I am doing right now. So I'm going to go over a few of the updates that I have added to it. There's not too many visual updates, but there are some major backend ones. So I think last time we went over more of at least I did the updates in front of you, but this one I'm just going to go over what I've done since the last video. I think last time we worked on the sprint recharge bar and working a little bit more on the inventory on the back end, and on a little bit of the front end. But this time I was able to get more inventory on the front end. So here we have the inventory. It has all these slots, and it has this is the hotbar that you can see at the bottom of the screen, or at the bottom of the game screen. I did find a bug just as I was trying to record this, because usually when I work on my game, I don't use the maximize on play. I sometimes like to use the scene window to look at some things that I can't really see, like gizmos and all that in the game scene. But I noticed that when it gets maximized on play, this inventory hotbar at the very bottom, it looks like it just does not fit the area. So I'll have to fix that. Hopefully by the next time. Probably have to write that down. But I guess we could. Okay, so the inventory is still nice and big. At the bottom, as you can see, I can use the mouse wheel to select different items. I'm pretty sure last time we also worked on breaking trees and it dropping something. So I added color to the drops, so it's a little bit easier, since they are literally just blank cubes, and they don't really show anything. So this way, at least it's a little easier. The player can now pick them up, and I found some images off of Google Images to add for the images on that. And when you move the hotbar and you select the image, it does display in your hand. That was something I wanted to add. I also added support for placing items. Wood I don't have placed because I didn't have a game object to that. These trees should also grow. I think they grow given a random time. I say I think, like I didn't write it myself. I did, but we could probably wait. Oh, see, they do grow, and I think there are 5 different models of trees. So it also does pick a random model. So each of these trees should also, I mean, there's a chance that they could be the same tree as well. So I might be lying to you. Oh, so that one did grow a little bit. It looks like it used the same exact prefab. I don't have a lot of prefabs, so I just used a scale. The beginning should have like a very small scale, and I think it uses the same model too. Oh, this one already grew a little bit more, and there might be 3 or 4 stages. I did also make it where if you break saplings, they don't drop anything, so you can't just like keep spamming saplings and breaking them and spamming and breaking them. To get a bunch of items. This might be full. It was not full grown. Looks like there might be 4. We might have to wait on this guy to grow. While we wait for that guy to grow, the inventory is completely usable, so I can place single items. I did kind of base this off of how Minecraft inventories works, so I can drag. I can right-click drag. That looks like it does the exact same thing, but if I had a lot more items, the left-click drag would split the whole stack between those items. Let's see, I can pick up, I think, half the items if I right click, and then the majority, because there will be an extra one, will go to the mouse. I'm not sure if I added this in now that I'm thinking about it. If I have it in the hand and I exit the inventory, oh, I guess they hold on to the inventory. That's a bug. You can't really get an extra slot that way. That grew again. Is it? Oh, yeah, so if it was fully grown, if you take an item and try to click on another item, they do swap places. So that is good. You could double click to pick up all items of that type up to the stack size. Inventory is always a pain in the butt to handle. I think also if I click on the side, it should throw the items out in front into a stack, and then you could just pick them right back up. You can also throw them if you want, and then pick them back up. Items are a very, important part of this game and most games, so I put a lot of work into that. as you see, I did add some rocks around, so there is some rock generation. I think there's 3 different models that I came up with. I followed a tutorial for them, and they are very crappy, but they are rocks, and they do look like rocks. So you can break them. You pick up one rock, then you can just place a new rock. So there's not much to that for now. It places the same exact rock type. This will probably change some in the future. I just wanted to be able to place rocks. And when you do place things, it is in the direction that you are facing. So you could move things. There are a lot of bugs with that. Like I could place things very close to each other, which is unwanted. Probably have to make some type of perimeter for that. As you see, my AIs are still very stupid. Right now he's in the loiter state. So he will pick a position to walk to. He'll stand there for 10 or so seconds, and then he'll pick another position to walk to. And right now he is trying to walk to a position, and he can't. So he'll never get there. But I did add an update to his AI to where if an enemy actually starts attacking the tower, there we go. Okay, so now he's on the tower, and so he's an engineer. So if a tower is hurt, he will go to it. Previously, he would only look for damaged towers. When he reached his new loiter position, he would look for towers. But I thought that was it felt weird that a tower was damaged, and let's say he just started walking to his new position. And, he waited until, let's say his position was like, I don't know, 20 meters away. It would wait till he hit that position, and then he'd be like, oh, a tower is damaged. This way, it should happen whether he's walking or standing. It just felt more right to me. I did also add colors to the different models. So the red ones are obviously enemies, and this one is, I haven't decided if I'm going to give each type of settler a different color. This one right now is just an engineer. I am planning my next, I guess, task that I want to do is put together a lumberjack settler. So his job will be clearing the amount of trees in maybe a radius. That is up for grabs. I want to be able to tell him to cut trees or to collect more wood or increase his radius. That's stuff that might come down a little bit more when I know what I want to do with the lumberjack. But for now, he's not. There is another bug where sometimes I did create an enemy spawner. So it spawned like, I don't know, 5 enemies around. There's the one right there. And it just picks a random position. Sometimes it picks the same position twice. I updated my tower to only shoot at the enemy when he has a direct line of sight. So right now there's an enemy on top of the enemy he's trying to look for. So technically it's not a direct line of sight. So now he's shooting because I destroyed the enemy on top. So that's something I gotta figure out. I was having a lot of issues with having the rigid body change their position. I did add a little transform onto the enemy's body so that the tower isn't aiming directly at the feet of enemies, because that also felt wrong. And you see the settler stopped once he was at full health. I can't really push him, so maybe this guy will push him out the way when he makes his rounds, and he does. And so, as you see, hit his next position, he'll wait there 5 seconds, find a new position. So that's his loiter state. So it doesn't look like he's just kind of standing there. Oh, and he got stuck again. I'm not sure how pathing works in the end, so I'm going to have to figure that out. That is something. I got to figure out pathing, and I also got to figure out animation. Like when I place things or when I punch things, I want to be able to, see that I'm doing it and not just something is breaking. Let's see, what else did I add? I'm not sure if I showed this off in the last video, but I can interact with settlers and towers, and I could, hurt them and heal them if I wanted to. This is where, let's say I have a lumberjack and I wanted him to stop cutting down trees, or maybe just any settler. I could tell him to change jobs or something. This is the menu that I would have. Right now it obviously looks like crap. I'm not a designer, plus I'm not taking a lot of time to work on the UI to make it look pretty. That will come down the road. That's something I'm not too worried about. I'm sure one day I'll take a week and I'll just, work out all the UI. So I'm not too worried about that. Towers, I can do the same thing. Hurt, and then this guy gets right to it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that is really all that I have for this. Settler and an engineer list. The enemies. I did spend a whole week on bug fixing, so there were a lot of bugs. Like I could place a tree on top of another tree and just have a line of trees going straight up. There's a lot of little bugs that I fixed that really I like to do when I find them. Like this other bug that I found earlier that I already forgot. Oh, the hotbar inventory. I'm going to have to fix that because if I don't write it down, I will forget. I have pretty bad memory when it comes to small things like that. So sometimes I'll spend a whole week and I'll just work on all the bugs that I found and make things work a lot smoother. Pretty happy with how the inventory works. Everything works pretty smooth. As you see, that works pretty well. I think the only issue that I found was if I have that in, it doesn't drop. I would like it to drop. I would also like to add maybe a title to the inventory. I did have an issue when I was trying to, I think, regenerate the trees, which I will show. I did record it. They all kind of generated right in the middle of the world, and it did scare me. I had no idea what was going on. So I think that's all I have to I guess share for this time. I would like to work on some animations. I'm just kind of scared that there will be a little difficult. I'm sure I'm gonna have to look at some tutorials for that. I'm also pretty sure that there were a lot more that I added because I think it was a few weeks. I don't really keep track. I do have a Git repository that I could look back, but I don't really feel like it right now. Maybe in the next one I will. But I'm sure most of them are bug fixes. So if you watch this far, thank you for watching. I'm hoping to keep pumping these out. Game development is very slow. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.